Hi everyone and welcome to part 5 of my Football Manager experiment where I swapped the English Barclays Premier League with the Conference North and South and swapped all the other divisions around as well. If you missed part 4 because of maybe Premier League football on the day I released it, make sure you check that out. Also, if you haven't watched parts 1 to 3, the link to the playlist will be in the video description below, so just click on that and you can watch them all. That would be brilliant, so you know what's going on if you just happen to click on this video. So in part 4 I asked you, how many seasons should I do in part 5? Should I basically do one more, perhaps 10 seasons and finish it there? But 204 of you voted in fact, and 94 votes, 46% of the vote went to just doing the normal 3 seasons that I've been doing. Second place was 10 seasons and third place was 5 seasons. What I'm going to do is this part 5 will be 3 seasons. I'll do them in the detail that I've been doing before, but then part 6 I'm going to do 10 seasons, and that will probably be the end unless there's a riot and you all say no, I want another part 7 with another 10 seasons. If that doesn't happen, then I'll leave it there with part 6, but that will be decided in the next part when that goes up, which I will hope to record just after this one actually. Maybe just needs a holiday a couple more years, I'm not sure. But perhaps 1 or 2 days after the release of part 5 I will put up part 6. Anyway, it's been a really good series. I really appreciate the support. Part 4 got over 200 likes once again, which is fantastic. If this part gets over 200 likes, that would be phenomenal. Probably my only ever series to get over 200 likes for the first 4 episodes. Probably the first one to get for the first 3 episodes possibly, which is amazing, so thank you. It obviously means you're enjoying this. I'm going to be doing similar things to this in future, very soon I think, because you love it. I really find it interesting, so I will either repeat the exercise, I'll probably repeat this exercise perhaps in a few months, but I'll do some different things like swap the divisions around, swap players around within divisions, swap different leagues around in different countries. There's a variety of things I could do. Some of you have put suggestions in the comments section. You're still welcome to do that, of course. I'd like to hear your thoughts and see some interesting ideas. I've seen a couple that I may be doing. But anyway, we're going to start with the 2024-25 season in the Conference South. As you can see, MK Dons won the league and Leyton Orient finished second and also went up in the playoffs. Going down, Chippenham, Welling and Bognor Regis, but teams like Margate, they're up there, Slough, Tonbridge, Hendon. There's a mix of teams there now. Teams that are actually below the Conference North and South in real life have made their way up, and also teams in sort of League 1, League 2 have dropped down to this division, like Colchester and Gillingham and Cheltenham have struggled, Crawley as well and Yeovil. But all the Premier League teams are out of this division now. So let's go up to the Conference North. You can obviously see top goal scorers and that sort of thing here if you're interested. Now, interestingly enough, Hull City are in there, as are Wigan and Leeds. They haven't made it out. In fact, Hull have been relegated since to this division. Of course, they had a very good start, but since they've really struggled. Obviously, they got promoted only in the second season of this experiment. Not sure where the H is missing there. What's going on there? Oh, there we go. So they got promoted, actually won the FA Cup as well, but then struggled to get out of that Vanarama Conference and were relegated a couple years ago, well, a few years ago now, and have struggled in the Conference North since. Almost got promoted this last season and this season, of course, in the playoffs. 1.5 star potential. Their manager is a regen, Darryl Tilley, 44 years old, and their captain is also a regen. Of course, most players now will be regens. He's only 21 years old, so they've really struggled. We're going to look at sort of the finances and facilities of some teams. Just look on them and you can have a look yourself to see what's been happening with teams. But of course, youth level performances will be struggling. They've got basic youth facilities now, so then their youth level is 0. So they've really struggled on this save after an initial good start. Anyway, Chesterfield won the league, 1 point ahead of Wigan. Leeds are obviously stuck there still. Notts County beat the likes of Wigan, Leeds and Hull to go up to the Football League. Going down, AFC Telford, Carlisle and Hednesford. So Carlisle, a traditional league team, have gone down out of the Conference North. Obviously maybe we'll be struggling with the likes of Bolton Wanderers and Blackburn, who hopefully, well, for the fans of those clubs, will hopefully be coming back up at some point, unless they really are just struggling big time now. Anyway, Conference Premier, was won by Southampton, who've eventually gone up to the Football League, along with Brighton, who won the playoffs. Charlton, Bournemouth and Derby missing out, but the likes of Huddersfield, Wolves, West Ham, West Brom, Burnley, 3 current Premier League teams in there, Middlesbrough, Norwich, Millwall, Brentford, Ipswich, some big teams, big Championship and Premier League teams struggling. Swansea have been relegated, so they're going to be playing in the Conference South, so a Premier League team back in the Conference South, along with Cardiff as well, two Welsh teams. They actually went into administration and lost 10 points, so I guess their finances are struggling. Maybe they're not fulfilling the financial fair play and that sort of thing. They've got decent youth facilities and youth level still, but they are struggling, as you can see, quite poorly in a way. So sad times for Cardiff. So the Sky Bet League 2 was won by Sunderland very comfortably, in fact. Only lost 4 games all season. Oxford, QPR also went up automatically, and Exeter won the playoffs, beating Wycombe, Stalybridge and Chester. But Sunderland and QPR, as you'd expect, have eventually gone up from that division. Tranmere and Stevenage have gone down out of the Football League. See some of the interesting stories in here. There's a lot of teams that started in the Championship or in the Premier League, I think, down here now, that have dropped down. Tammy Abraham, top scorer for Sunderland. Don't know if he's a real player or not. I think he might be. Started at Chelsea. He doesn't have a picture for some reason. And this guy was top average rating. He's a real player as well. 32 years old now. Let's just have a quick look at the transfers just to see what's happening in League 2 nowadays. So Sunderland did spend 1.3 million in League 2 to try and get promoted, signing Tammy Abraham from Barnet. They also signed the second highest player, and those 3 as well. So they spent a lot of money to get out of that league and have been promoted, as you would expect with that sort of money. League 1 was won by Watford, and Stoke also got automatically promoted. Shrewsbury beat Forest, Bradford and Stockport to go up to the Championship in the playoffs. Farnborough, Solihull Moors, Macclesfield and Bishop Stortford going down, which is disappointing. Some of these teams did start quite high up and have eventually been relegated down the divisions. Everton down there in 18th, they are struggling, haven't managed to make it up the league. They've got stuck in League 1, that's their 3rd season in League 1 in fact, and they have struggled since getting up there. Still 3-star reputation, but their finances are insecure, which could of course be affecting them. Let's look at their facilities. They've got superb youth facilities. They've got decent things there, but obviously are struggling at the moment. It's in the process of a board takeover. Wow. Now, once I finish this save, perhaps I will make the save available for download. So looking in maybe 10 or 20 years time, if you want that, if you want to have a look yourself at the details of each club and what's happened throughout their history, perhaps I can make the save available. Of course, the database is available on Steam, so you can subscribe to that and play on it and see what happens in your saves. Maybe let me know, tweet me or comment on the video. Some people have said what's happened in their saves, that they've holidayed, and similar things have happened or completely different things have happened. Perhaps you could be a Premier League team on this save, so be someone like Whitehawk and try and dominate, and when Chelsea and Man United eventually get back up there, for example, you are able to hold off their challenge. That would be an interesting challenge. Or maybe be like Burnley or something in the bottom division, and try and get all the way up and beat the likes of Chelsea and Man United to get them promoted all the way up. Anyway, the Championship was won by Man City. They've gone back up with AFC Fylde, who were relegated with them last season, so they've turned into a bit of a yo-yo club there for the last couple of years. Look at Man City. They've got secure finances. Brendan Rodgers in charge, and Schneiderlin is their captain. Someone asked me to look at Yaya Toure. He was still at the club previously, but I think he probably has retired now. He is a coach, yeah. So he's 42 years old. When did he retire? He only retired 2 years ago, and he must have been playing at the age of 40 for them. Stellar career for him, of course, although he, the last few years, making his way back up the divisions, which is quite funny, really, looking at it. Let's go back to Man City. Just look at their general finances and stuff. They've got someone who loves the club, so I wonder if it still is the guy in charge. We'll have a look at their staff, I think. No, the Arab owners have gone. Dean Myler is in charge. So they have been bought out. The Arab owners obviously had enough in the end of them not winning tournaments, not getting into the Champions League because they're obviously stuck down there. So there we go. They've got secure finances though, but I don't know how much money they've got. We'll look at their transfers to get back up to the Championship, up to the Premier League. They did spend 70 million, so obviously they have a rich owner still. It's just perhaps, unless the Arab owners are still behind it and they put someone else in charge as chairman, but I don't know. I wouldn't have thought so. I think some other rich people have come in, given them money, a new lease of life to get back up to that Premier League, and it's worked. But that's a hell of a lot to spend in the Championship, of course, and you'd expect to get promoted from that. Crystal Palace won in the playoffs, beating Hartlepool, Altrincham and Barry, so another Premier League team has eventually got back up. It's taken them a few years, but not bad at all. I mean, they took a while to get up, but then 4 successive promotions before struggling for a couple of years in the Championship and got promoted in their 3rd season there. Nigel Pearson in charge. Secure finances, 3-star reputation. Gloucester, Barnet and Maidenhead were relegated. Top scorer, Jesus, for AFC Fylde. Doesn't look that amazing, but I suppose a decent Championship player. 31 goals. Wow. Okay, let's go up to the Premier League, which was won by Chelsea this year. 3 times Chelsea have won it, and 3 times Arsenal since both of them got back up. Man United down in 7th. Tottenham down in 12th. Newcastle 4th. Liverpool 5th. But Torquay sandwiching those 4 Premier League teams in 3rd place, getting into the Champions League. Good on them. So obviously they didn't start in the top division, but have been promoted a couple of times to take part in this Premier League, and have done well since getting up there. Anthony, top scorer. Eden Hazard was a top average rating once again. He has been insane throughout his career for Chelsea. 166 Belgian caps. Cambridge, Concord Rangers and Portsmouth going down. That is disappointing for Portsmouth. They've really turned into a yo-yo club, I think. Or maybe not. I think they've been there a couple times. Yeah, they went up then down this season, of course. Axel Witsel is their captain. Some really interesting stuff here. He's 36 years old, but he's been relegated with them. Hyde, Brackley, these teams were doing well. Hazelhead and Whitehawk down in 8th. Bit disappointing. Can these teams turn it around now the Premier League teams are back? Bournemouth did finish above Man United, which is really good actually. Let's look at the transfers, what's going on in the Premier League nowadays. So Arsenal, biggest signing was this guy. Liverpool, so making a big signing. Just the traditional teams you'd expect, but Cambridge did spend 5.5 million on a player. It's sad to see some of these teams now struggling a bit, but there's still plenty of them still in this top division in 2025, which is great to see, isn't it? It really is great to see. Let's go to the FA Cup then and see who won. Let's hope it's an interesting team. FA Cup. No, Man United, but they did beat Hyde. Hyde got to the final. Antonio Perez with 2 goals. He's a regen that looks pretty insane. Let's go back. Okay. Down to the League Cup, which was won by Man United as well, 4-0. That's why they've got into Europe. They won 2 cups, in fact. Beating Liverpool in the final. Wow. 4-0. Community Shield was won by Arsenal on penalties against Chelsea. The Johnson's Paint Trophy was won by Shrewsbury against Exeter 2-1. And the FA Trophy won by Charlton, beating West Ham 3-1. That's a repeat of the final many years ago now. And that's it. Let's look at the Champions League and see what's been happening. So Real Madrid beat PSG in the final 1-0. But let's look at the group stage to see what happened in the early rounds. See how the English teams did. So English, where are we? Chelsea finished 3rd in their group. So the English teams are struggling now. At the end of this episode, we'll look at the national coefficients again. Arsenal finished 2nd. So how far did they get? They didn't get to the semi-quarter. No, they must have got knocked out in the first knockout round. In fact, they did against Atletico. Let's go down to the Euro Cup, which was won by Man United. So they won 3 cups this season. If they got in charge. Zinedine Zidane still in charge. Phil Jones is their captain. At the age of 33 now. 91 caps for England. And Daley Blind is still there as well. He's 35. Januzaj is their key player. He's 30 years old. Looks very good. Let's look at their squad. See the sort of players they have. Leandro is top scorer. They've got Patrick Roberts as well. who's a fantastic player, of course, but only 10 caps for England, which is unusual because he's a wonder kid on the game and turns out to be a good player usually. Okay, we're going to holiday another season, see what's happened. Okay, so 2026, Conference South. Swansea have gone straight back up, winning the league. Only just 1 point ahead of Luton and Reading, who had very good seasons. Colchester 1 point behind them, winning the playoffs. 20 points ahead of Gillingham though, that's a massive gap in class there. Going down, Tonbridge, Margate and Dulwich. Dartford and Tonbridge went into administration, but Dartford did survive. Chelmsford are back in the Conference South, which is good to see. Top scorer Sean Richards, I assume he's a regen. Yep, he is. But the competition reputation has gone back up in recent years, which is interesting. It's on a par with the Lithuanian league, above the third league in Slovenia. But let's go up to the Conference North. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, so Wigan won the league. Hull also going up in the playoffs. So they're back up to the conference, which is good for them. They've been struggling, of course. Port Vale, Leeds and Kidderminster missing out. Wilton, St Neots and Barnsley getting relegated. So that's poor from Barnsley. Bad news for them, going down out of the conference. Blackpool the way down there as well, struggling big time. Let's go up. The Conference Premier. So West Ham have finally gone up. 99 points, quite comfortably going up as well. We've got Adrian Pennock in charge. Jay Rodriguez is there as the assistant, well, the vice captain, 36 years old. Their reputation has gone down to 1.5 stars now, but they've got secure finances. Let's look at their information. They've got a chairman who loves the club. They've still got 54,000 seater Olympic Stadium, of course, paying $2 million a year in rent. Good youth facilities, but the youth level is only a 2 now, so obviously that's gone down in recent years. Estimated value 52 million still though, so their value is still good. Some of these teams down there, traditional Premier League teams, are still doing quite well financially. Burnley going up in the playoffs. West Brom are still down there along with Middlesbrough, Brentford. There's a lot of teams stuck here, aren't there? Stevenage, Bath, Tranmere and Swindon went down to the Conference North and South. James McCarthy for West Brom still around at the age of 35. 108 Irish caps. Looks like he's had a decent career. 28 assists as well. So League 2 was won by Southampton, who've gone up once again, even though they went into administration and lost 10 points. They really did dominate. That is crazy. Going up with a 10-point... they won the league with a 10-point deduction. That is insane, but very, very good from Southampton. Brighton and Wycombe also going up automatically, and Eastleigh going up in the playoffs. Bishop Stortford going down once again. They've been going down far too much in recent years. They're really struggling. Mansfield also going down. Let's go up to League 1, which looks like Everton have gone up eventually. Rochdale winning the league though, ahead of Sunderland, who went up as well. And Everton winning the playoffs. They've finally gone up after struggling for about 3 years down there, I think. Tammy Abraham, top scorer. He was somewhere else, wasn't he? Last video. Sunderland, yeah. Then they signed him, 135k to go up. No, to actually not go up. Nottingham Forest missed out. So Sunderland have been promoted 2 seasons in a row, I think. 3. Conference, League 2, and now the League 1. Nick Barmby in charge. Sunderland's are on fire at the moment. Really doing very well. Championship. Hartlepool won the league. They're up to the Premier League along with Cambridge and Altrincham. That is great to see. The likes of Watford, Portsmouth, Sheffield United, Stoke, the key team there, missing out. Burton, Fulham and Colwyn Bay have gone down to League 1. Where are North Ferriby? Because they kept just about surviving. They've just been solid, haven't they? Look at that. I think even finished 21st last year. 21st. Wait a second. 21st. 20. That is insane. 15th this year though. They've bucked the trend. That is crazy. To finish 21st 5 seasons in a row. That is just lucky, isn't it? That really is incredible. Hartlepool. There's a real mix of winners there, isn't there? It's fantastic to see. Waldstone's still down there, obviously did very well for many years. They have turned into a 3-star reputation team. Diego Poyet is their key player. 12 England caps. Turned into a decent player, hasn't he? He's 31 now, though. So the league, the Premier League, was won by Man United, their first time for many, many years. Arsenal and Chelsea second and third, and Liverpool fourth. And there's actually 4 European Champions League places available now. That's really, it's gone back to normal, hasn't it? In a way. Obviously, you've got different teams in there, but the top 4 is what you would expect from the teams up there. Maybe Man City as well. But 4 places for the Champions League now. The reputation's back up to 4th place. Will it get back up to 2 or 1 at some point? Serie A is above La Liga now. Barclays have gone down, which is sad to see. They did pretty well in their time. Ebbsfleet and Chorley also going down. And we're at Whitehawk, they're down there. So the highest team, Hyde 5th, and Oxford City 6th. That's good. Palace 7th, Man City 8th, Tottenham down in 12th again. Tottenham really have turned into a mid-table team. Newcastle down in 14th. AFC filed surviving this season, which is good to see for them. Lorenzo Louis back to being top scorer, that regen. That's done very well for Arsenal in his time there. Szczesny, top most cleanest sheets. Still around at 36, looks very good. 99 Polish caps, can you get to that 100? Okay, so let's just look at the transfers. See what's been happening. That's the top player going from Hayes and Yedlin to Arsenal. Jean-Pierre Martinet, 38 caps for France. Looks very good. Been at Hayes and Yedlin for a long old time since signing for them years ago from Toulouse. Well, that's a healthy profit for Hayes and Yedlin. And oh, what's happened? What is this? Oh, we're on the stats. Let's go to the FA Cup. Oh, this is brilliant. Hyde beating Oxford City 4-1 in the final. Josh Murphy with 2 goals. Yeah, that is good. It's good to see a different winner. It's been a while since Willstone won it in 2018, but 2026, Hyde beating Oxford City in the final. They lost out last year, of course, finishing runners-up. And Chelsea won the Capital One Cup 3-0 against Man City. Community Shield was won by Chelsea on penalties against Man United. And the Johnson's Paint Trophy was won by Brighton 3-0 against Sunderland. The this is the FA Trophy, won 2-0 by Huddersfield against Brentford. Let's go to the Champions League and see who won. So AC Milan beat Atletico 3-2 in the final. But let's look at our boys, the English guys. Now, of course, there's going to be 4 teams possibly reaching the group stages next season. There's 1 playoff place. Man United top of their group. They've had a very good couple of seasons, haven't they? Back to dominance. Chelsea also winning their group, and Arsenal too. So I wonder how far they got. Oh dear, I've clicked on what's going on. We're clicking on the wrong thing here. Let's go to semi-finals. No one got through to that. AC Milan, Arsenal losing against PSG, and Man United losing against Atletico, and Chelsea losing against Juventus. So they all got to the quarter-final stage, which is quite good. Let's have a quick look at Man United again. Just want to look at their finances and stuff, and facilities, and what's happening. They're worth 884 million. Facilities. Oh look. Oh, it's reduced. They must be having some sort of stadium expansion, because I think it has been reduced anyway at one point, and now they're expanding it again, I think, by 16,000, due to be finished very soon. So we'll see how big the stadium is next season. Let's go back and look at the Europa League quickly, which was won by Bayern Munich. Of course, we've seen a few English winners lately. If we go to the profile, Arsenal and Man United both winning it, of course. Let's look at the group stage. We forgot to look at it last time. I don't think there's too many interesting teams in there. Liverpool winning their group, obviously not getting far enough to get into the final. Now Newcastle winning their group as well. Let's holiday. One more season. I will overview England, also the club coefficients, and that will be the end of part 5. Here we are at the end of the 2026-27 season. Cardiff won the Conference South comfortably. Reading going up in the playoffs as well. who's down there now? Well, Swansea must be... I thought Swansea got relegated as well to this division. Oh no, they went back up, didn't they? Of course, they won it last year. Dover, Met Police and Slough going down. Slough and Dover went into administration, so they lost 10 points. Let's go to the Conference North, which was won by Leeds. They finally got promoted back again. In fact, they were promoted up a while ago. Struggled in the conference, eventually relegated, and have gone back up. 1-star reputation. They're really quite poor now. But they have gone up. Southport also going up in the playoffs. Peterborough, Port Vale missing out there. Preston, Bolton are back, which is good for you Bolton fans. Spending many years in, I don't know, what the far reaches of English football, and finally back in the Conference North. But doing quite well up there as well. Cambridge, this is the other Cambridge C, relegated. Doncaster as well, and Corby going down. Tranmere, Scunthorpe down there, Fleetwood, Blackpool have really struggled, and Oldham and Bolton as well. Oh, I've already mentioned Bolton. Mention them twice because they're back. Conference Premier, won by Bournemouth. They're into the Football League, along with Huddersfield going up in the playoffs. Hull missing out, but they are back in the Conference Premier at last. Middlesbrough, MK Dons, Wigan, Norwich. There's some big teams in there. Swansea, West Brom really struggling. Ipswich down there as well. Notts County, Leyton Orient, Mansfield and Bishop Stortford going down again. What has happened to them? What has happened? That is their third successive relegation. They were relegated before then as well. They really have struggled in recent years. Ben Turner is their manager. Sad to see for Bishop Stortford fans out there. West Ham have won the league too. 107 points of second successive promotion for them. They're up into League One now. They've finally basically just woken up. Solihull Moors going up as well, 95 points, and Burnley promoted in automatic position. Chester, Eastbourne Rovers, Bristol Rovers and Gateshead were in the playoffs, but Bristol Rovers were promoted. Maidenhead and Havant and Waterloo were relegated. QPR all the way down there in 19th, really struggling. This guy I've noticed has been top scorer twice in a row now. Aaron McCall for West Ham, and Asumbalonga's playing for West Ham too down there at the age of 34. Let's go up to get well soon as well. Asumbalonga in real life injured for 12 months. That's horrible, isn't it? League One, Nottingham Forest won the league. Brighton finished second, and Southampton went up in the playoffs. They've had a very good few seasons. Third successive promotion for them, up into the Championship now. York, Gloucester, Bromley and Guiseley going down. Top scorer was this guy for Burton. Only 18 and he's top scorer. Looks good actually. Could develop into a very good player. He's in the England under-21 squad. They only just missed out on promotion as well in the playoffs. Championship. Concord Rangers won it. They go back up into the top division. They obviously spent many years up there. Sort of mid-table team, or not really actually. They struggled quite a few years. Eventually got relegated, but are back, which is fantastic to see. Well done to Concord Rangers. They could do with Leonard Tidy and Christopher Ronald though, couldn't they? Harking back to an old video of mine. Hemel Hempstead also going up, and Brackley back up into the Premier League as well in the playoffs, beating the likes of Sheffield United, Ebbsfleet and Halifax. Wildstone going down to the League One, oh no, and Everton also going back down to League One, along with Lowestoft. So, you know, none of these traditional Premier League clubs are safe. Not all of them are going to get back up. Some of them are going to yo-yo between the middle divisions now, I think. Jordan Rhodes, top scorer for Brackley, once again an overpowered Championship player. He's 37 years old as well. Okay, let's go up to the Premier League. Chelsea won the league, but second and third is really interesting. Many points behind Chelsea. It looks like a very close season actually. But Oxford City second and AFC Fylde third. Arsenal fourth, Hartlepool fifth. Man City sixth. Man United all the way down in ninth. After winning it last season, they've really struggled. Tottenham 11th again. Newcastle struggling a bit in 16th. Cambridge United and Whitehawk have gone down finally. And Boreham Wood, three very good teams that have done very, very well, have been relegated, which is sad to see because they've done so well, haven't they? Whitehawk especially did very well for many years. 3.5 star reputation. Their finances are insecure though. So perhaps in recent years they may have been a bit, I don't know, misguided with their money. But they've got very good youth facilities. So they've spent money on youth, which is good to see. They've got youth level of 4. But they have well, I can't talk at the moment. They do have below average youth facilities, 8 average training facilities, and basic corporate facilities, basic youth junior coaching. But their youth level is good, so there must be some good players coming through. Let's look at the staff. Chairman Jim Collins, but I don't know. It's sad to see that they've gone down, I think, because they've done so well, along with Boreham Wood as well, who've done very well, and Cambridge. They've both won things. All 3 of them have won things. But Hayes and Yedding's still up there. They've been in, and Gosport. Sutton United. I think those 3 have been up there the whole time. And I think Altrincham, have they? Let's have a look. No, they were relegated at one point, but they've done well quietly. Got Gary Monk in charge as well, and Hyde have been up there the whole time. They've been very up and down over the years. They finished down in 17th one year, but 5th last year and 8th this year, and they've done really well. They've not won as much as those 3 that have gone down, but at least they've survived the whole time. AFC Fylde, of course, going up and down a couple times, but they've now finished up in 3rd, and their finances, they're rich, so perhaps they can challenge now. Same with Oxford City. Let's look at them. They've been up and down twice, but perhaps that's helped them. The likes of Whitehawk have just gone down now, perhaps because they've just been sailing along in recent years, happy to be in the Premier League, and eventually have been caught out. Courtois top clean sheets. Moving on to a different subject. Who else is there? Dave Tucker, top scorer for AFC Fylde. Always looks like a good England player. Let's move on to England then. This Mancini still in charge. They're 5th in the world. Let's look at the world rankings. Argentina are top. Wonder who are the world champions. So this is the world club efficients, the league efficients, I think. Serie A is top. Cups, World Cup of course is top. Let's see who won the last one. Argentina 2026 beating England in the final 2-0. Luke Shaw still playing for England. We'll go back to the England squad in a minute. Just going a bit off topic here on in the Euro Cup as well. Oh no, it's the wrong one. I wanted to look at the European Championship. I can't remember what it's called. I think there's 2. This is meant to be the European Championships. France won it in 2024. Okay, we'll look at club efficiency in a minute. We're going to look at the England squad before we forget. So Raheem Sterling's still playing for England. Let's go to general info. Butland is at Chelsea, and there's a couple goalkeepers playing for FC Fylde, Oxford City. Oh, Callum Chambers is at Barcelona. Got a Hyde player in there, FC Fylde player, Hyde, Hayes and Yedding player, Will Hughes of course. Dave Salmons for Oxford City, Whitehawk, AFC Fylde. So there's a good mix of players in there. So the FA Cup was won by Chelsea on penalties against AFC Fylde. They only just missed out. That is unlucky. And the League Cup was won by Chelsea again. They got the treble then. League and 2 cups. 1-0 win against Arsenal in the final. Community Shield, Hyde beat Man United. That's good to see. And Johnson's Paint Trophy was won by West Ham in extra time against Chester 3-1. The FA Trophy, Rotherham beat Norwich 3-2 in the final. So, Champions League was won by Real Madrid against Barcelona. What a final, 4-3. Let's have a look at the groups, see what happened. How did the English guys do? Chelsea finished 3rd in their group, so didn't qualify. Man United went through, as did Arsenal. Let's have a quick look to see how far they got. Wrong one. Quarter final. Man United lost in the quarters against Porto, and Arsenal lost against Benfica. Of course, it's tiring after a while. Chelsea beat Lyon 2-1 in the Euro Cup final. They won 4 cups. Three cups and one league. That is an incredible season for Chelsea. Let's look at them in detail then. This guy in charge, he always seems to be in charge. They've still got Oscar and Hazard. Obviously, have done very well since getting back to the Premier League. Let's have a look at the staff to see Roman Abramovich is still there. No, he's gone, so they've got someone else. But they're worth over £1 billion. So they've obviously got money. They're obviously a big club. Oh wait, is youth level determined by, is 1 the highest? I've forgotten. Or is 4 the highest? I've actually forgotten. So maybe Whitehawk didn't have very good youth facilities. I might be thinking wrong here. May have got confused. Anyway, the youth facilities are fantastic at Chelsea. And everything's fantastic, as you'd expect. They're in a different stadium that we saw last time, of course. The Terry Stadium, I think. Yeah, Terry Stadium, that's it. Yeah, I might be being wrong about youth level. My brain's been frazzled by all these numbers and figures and everything. Yes, so we're going to look at the club coefficients. As you can see, the Barclays Premier League is back up to 2nd in the world, ahead of La Liga, interestingly enough. Let's have a look at the clubs then. So, best rated club, Barcelona, Real Madrid, as you'd expect. English clubs, Man United are there. Let's look at finances then. So finances, well, Arsenal are the richest club in the world, but that's not a surprise. I've often seen that on the last few football managers. Only because Arsene Wenger doesn't spend any money. Chelsea are 2nd, Man United are 4th, and then Liverpool down there, Man City, Tottenham. Wish Whitehawk and them lot was still up here. AFC Fylde are the 36th richest club in the world. Then it's Crystal Palace in 38th, Sutton United 40th, Newcastle 41st, Hyde 53rd, Altrincham 54th, Oxford City 55th. Gosport and Torquay up there as well, Cambridge and Hartlepool, Hayes and Yeading, Boreham Wood, Everton despite going down to League One, West Ham despite just going up to the Championship, we're in the top 100 as well. Coefficients then, so who are top? Barcelona, where's the best English team? It's Man United in 6th, of course they've won a few European things in recent years. Arsenal are 12th, Chelsea are 14th, Sutton United down in 34th, well done to them. They've quietly done very well as well, actually. We see Liverpool there, Newcastle, Man City, Hyde in 66th, Whitehawk in 73rd, Cambridge in 74th. Very interesting. The biggest transfers. What's going on in the world now? Is there really big money being spent? That's not the biggest transfers. What's happened there? I really don't know. I'm not sure what's going on there. That's certainly not the biggest transfers in the world. England 5th. Nation coefficients. England are in 10th now. They're actually below. Croatia are 2nd. Republic of Ireland and Belgium are above England for the nation coefficients. Nation club coefficients. England are 2nd, which is why they've got plenty of qualification places now. And as you can see, they're actually the 2nd highest. Good stuff. Well, thank you for watching part 5. Part 6 will be a 10-season thing where I just whiz through. Probably, actually, in fact, I will just show the last season and see who's won the last few titles and FA Cups and that sort of thing. Just have a quick browse through, and possibly a part 7 after that, another 10 seasons, depending on how you're feeling. But please leave a like if you've enjoyed this series. If you want, a part 6, I'll be doing it anyway. But it'd be nice if you could leave another like. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. But once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next part or another video. See ya.